Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how he feels in your absence, okay? So this is how he feels when you're not around, when you've just seen each other and you're missing each other, or for those of you that are thinking about people you're separated from, this can also be for you. So just take the messages as they resonate, as per your situation with the person on your mind, okay? So I'm going to show you crystals. For pile number 1, we have this red cat's eye crystal. And we have the card Awakening. For pile number 2, we have this rose quartz crystal. And we have the card Pleasure. And for pile number 3, we have this golden cat's eye crystal. And we have the card Giving and Receiving. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this red cat's eye crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how he feels in your absence, okay? The person on your mind. This can be a crush, situationship, separation. This can be a person you're currently with when they go home and they're missing you. So just take the messages as they come through and as they resonate, okay? Because these situations are different for everyone watching. You chose the card Awakening. I'm going to tell you what I see here so far. Okay, so firstly, I'm picking up on when he sees you and like he goes home. I'm picking up on this feeling firstly. So I'm picking up on this feeling of him, seeing a lot of potential in your connection, but at the same time wanting to take it slow. I'm not sure if it's because he kind of feels like taking it too fast would kind of, I don't know what it is, but it's like he wants to kind of take it slow. But he feels so much excitement after he sees you, but also before he sees you. And it's like, when he gets home, I'm seeing him feel so happy. Like, look at this woman smiling. Look at the sunset in the background. Look at the dolphins playing. There's such this playful feeling of excitement within him when he goes home. And this feeling of like, he had such an amazing day with you, feeling so full of love, feeling so full of excitement and this playful energy, feeling really blessed. I think he has a lot of fun around you, and there's this sense of him just feeling happy when he goes home, thinking about the day he had with you, or, maybe even for some of you when you talk on the phone, like right after you talk on the phone, there's this feeling of him feeling really happy, smiley, laughing, that giddy feeling you get when you're in love with someone. That's the feeling I feel he gets. And there's something here about your energy that puts him through some kind of spiritual awakening that makes him feel like you are some kind of blessing to him. Okay, and I'm feeling here when he goes home, it's like he's excited for what the future can hold for this connection. It feels like this excitement, when you're a child and you are excited for like a Christmas present. This is the feeling I'm getting. And it's like she's in the waters, but she's not deep in the water. So this lets me know he feels so excited, but at the same time, he kind of stops himself and doesn't let himself feel it too much in case, I feel for this is like the new relationships here or the crushes or things like that. It's like he doesn't want to get too attached too quickly in case he gets hurt. So that's something I see here. And there's this feeling of him wanting to speak to you immediately when he gets home, but then kind of stopping himself because I think he doesn't want to come on too strong, doesn't want to, move things too fast along, if that makes sense. And I'm seeing this energy here where for some of you, like when he goes home, it's like he feels really like this can go somewhere, like this can lead somewhere. And the feeling I get from this is like if this is a crush, he feels like this can lead to a relationship. If this is a romantic situation, he feels like this can lead to something greater. He feels like if this is you two dating, he feels like it can lead to something greater where maybe one day, you even go to the next level. I'm not sure what the next level is, but I'm seeing that. And he just feels like you're so much fun to be around. But then I'm also seeing him feel like lust towards you, but not have you around. So I don't know what that's about. This is not an 18 plus reading, but I have to be honest with what I see here. I see him kind of like craving you in that way. And I feel this is like for after he sees you, most of you, whereas for those of you that are in a separation, I'm feeling the sense of him wanting to talk to you, like him feeling excited about the thought of you, him seeing potential in the connection, but feeling scared to reach out or feeling like he should take things a little bit slower, feeling like he shouldn't get too attached too quickly, but then feeling excitement at the same time. And it's not because he doesn't like you, it's just like this feeling of, I think he doesn't want to get hurt. And I'm feeling for a lot of you, the person we're speaking about, he sometimes feels addicted to your energy. Because I'm hearing that song, I'm addicted to you, hooked by your love, something like that. And by the way, I saw 15555 when I was doing your reading. So I want to pull some more cards and see what else shows up for you. I'm not really picking up on much of a separation energy, but I know maybe there's one or two of you here or a few of you here wondering about that. I'm picking up on more so crushes and like when he goes home, how he feels. So how does he feel in my pile number one's absence? But we'll see when we pull more cards. We have move forward. So he definitely feels this can lead somewhere. But we see this little octopus here. It looks like he's stepping on it. So there's this feeling of maybe the octopus is symbolic for past situations in his life where it kept him stuck, you know what I mean? And there's this feeling of like him wanting to move forward with you, but the octopus, I see it as like it's trying to get on his leg, trying to pull him back, trying to make him go backwards, but he wants to move forward. And we see this, I forgot what this is called, but I see it as a symbol of power. So he feels powerful when he's around you, but also I feel like he feels like he's being treated like a king with you with the crown here. And that's something I see here. I guess the octopus could be doubts, thoughts like, what if this can't work out? Thoughts like, what if I'm wrong? What if this is not really what I think it is? I don't know what the octopus is in your situation, but you'll probably know what it is. And then we have the gentleness card. So I love that both merman came out here. Because there's not many cards with merman in this mermaid oracle deck. So that's so interesting. But I feel here, he feels like you're such a gentle soul. So innocent, so pure. That sometimes this octopus may just be negative thoughts. May just be maybe even people saying things trying to hold him down, or memories of the past trying to hold him down. But it's like he feels if he makes a decision to move towards you, especially in your absence. For those of you that are in a separation with this person, he feels like if he makes a decision to move towards you, maybe it would actually work out, because there's this feeling of you being such a gentle, pure soul that brings a lot of positivity into his life and a lot of abundant love, and you're a trustworthy person. So he feels like if he makes a decision to walk towards you, it would likely last, it would likely work out. And that is how he feels when he's not around you, for most of you, and for the separations. And for those that are with this person and he's going home and he's not around you, he feels very energized after seeing you, but also he feels like if he makes a decision to move towards you, he feels relaxed about it. He doesn't feel stressed about it, because he feels you're such a gentle soul that it would work out. So that's something I see here. Let me pull some oracle cards, little oracle cards, and some little tarot cards. So spirit guides of pile 1. How does he feel in my pile 1's absence? We have the arts, express yourself through creative activities. For some of you, he listens to music and thinks of you, because I'm just really being drawn to this musical instrument here. Or for some of you, those, like the people we're speaking about, the man we're speaking about, plays music. I don't know. How does he feel in pile 1's absence? We have bright future with stop worrying, everything's going to be fine. I'm going to pull some small little oracle cards, not oracle cards, tarot cards. How does he feel in my pile number 1's absence? We have the 4 of Swords. And we have the Page of Cups. So like I said, this playful feeling, childlike feeling of excitement for the future, because it's right next to the future card. I think this person can see a valuable future being with you, making a choice to move towards you, and that's how he feels in your absence, because you give this abundant type of love. At the back of the deck, we have the 2 of Cups, so maybe he's thinking of taking you out on a date, and I just got a notification, so I'm going to take that as confirmation. So when he's not with you, when he's not around you, he's very peaceful. He's trying to not let worries get to him. That's something I see here. And he's feeling very playful, and he's kind of excited about the future. I see him listening to music, just feeling very peaceful about the decision here, but also maybe wanting to ask you out on a date. I do see sometimes he gets worried, but it's like he tries to calm those worries down. But as well, I'm hearing your character calms those worries down. For those of you that are in separation, I feel like he sometimes worries that you're not gonna speak to him again, but he tries to really relax into the thought of, if he were to make a decision to move towards you, this hopeful type of energy of like, maybe I should ask them out on a date, like, and just speak to them. And I see him like thinking of you and listening to music. So if you've made it this far into the reading and you've forgotten to subscribe, can you please do me a favor? If you enjoy my content and readings, please hit the subscribe button, because it helps my channel grow and find new audiences. And thank you for just being here and supporting. I'm so grateful for you just being here, and I'm sending you so much love. And I think for those of you that are in separation with this person, he kind of feels like making a move or a decision towards you would be bold, but there's this playful feeling of like excitement for what could be in the future. You know what I mean? So spirit guides of my pile number 1s. How does he feel in the absence of my pile number 1s? We have the Temperance card. We have the Muse of Materials, which is the King of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Voices, which is the Seven of Swords. I'm wondering what this is about. We have the Nine of Voices, which is the Nine of Swords. Okay, I got my clarification. I guess the Seven of Swords in this case, as we know, the Seven of Swords is a sneaky energy, but in this case, it's not like him sneaking behind your back or anything like that. In this case, I see it as like sneaky thoughts with the Nine of Swords right next to it. Sneaky thoughts that creep up on us in the night and make us feel like, oh, what if this doesn't work out? What if we're just delusional? What if it's not meant to be? Like that type of feeling. I don't know if you've ever felt that before, but it causes him to sometimes self-sabotage the connection, is what I see here. And there's this feeling of him wanting to stop and move away from that octopus. That's what the octopus is for some of you. These negative thoughts that come up that make him worry and make him think it's not real, it's not going to work out. But with the white lotus flower here, the white lotus flower represents this energy of transformation, of rebirth, of growing from pain into this pure kind of energy. So I feel his intentions towards you are pure, and you could have a reciprocated love because there's a lot of roses here. Roses represent love. You could have a reciprocated kind of love here, this type of feeling of, since it's a pentacle card and we see the Muse of Materials, it's like this feeling of, the Pentacles card is the Earth card, so it's like, I mutually want to have an agreement with you of, you know, this is my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my partner, and I want to be with you physically, if that makes sense. Not just physically in a sexual way, but it's like, I want to be exclusive with you, that type of feeling. My microwave just dinged for some reason. I take that as confirmation. No one even put the microwave on, so that's so weird. I'm going to take that as a huge confirmation. But I think for those of you where it's like, this is him going home, I feel like sometimes when he goes home, he kind of has these thoughts that keep him up at night and keep him stressing, but he's trying to relax into it. He's trying to, remind himself that you have a character that would make for a good connection in the future. It would have a lot of potential. And he's trying to move away from that and move forward to love. Whereas for those of you where this is a separation, his anxiety could be causing him to not reach out. Like this type of feeling of, oh, what if they don't want to talk to me? What if they just block me? What if they just don't like me anymore because I haven't spoken to them in this amount of months, or this amount of years, that type of feeling. So maybe sometimes he even worries that you're with someone else for those that are separated, or that you just don't want him anymore. But I feel here he wants to come towards you, but the fear kind of keeps him in the self-sabotaging cycle. And for those of you where it's not like that, where you're with this person or it's a crush and they go home, I think sometimes they worry that maybe you don't like them as much, maybe you're not as excited as them, or this type of feeling of, what if they don't like me? But I feel with the Muse of Materials here, it's kind of like this feeling of, you inspire this person in a loving way. For some of you, I guess if this person is artistic, you could inspire this person to make music, to make art, to do all of that. That's something I see here. And for those of you that don't relate to that. I could find this as like this person listens to music a lot and thinks of you, but maybe you inspire them to love deeper, to be more of a gentle soul like you, to be like this pure soul type of vibe, if that makes sense. And with the moon phases here, I feel like he goes through phases of emotions when he's not with you, and it's kind of like these ups and downs, but I think the overall view I'm getting here is it's not bad because it's helping him heal, helping him alchemize these negative worries and thoughts. And we have the Muse of Emotions, which is the King of Cups. So we have a lot of muse cards here. You know, you could be seen as a muse to this person, a work of art. I'm hearing that song Art Deco by Lana Del Rey. I feel you also inspire him to feel things on a deeper level, because I feel you're someone that is comfortable with your emotions. So when he goes home and he feels things like this, he kind of thinks of how you would react to those emotions and how you would handle it and kind of follow your lead. So that's actually really cute. But I think when he's not with you, there's this kind of feeling of him feeling things a lot, on a deep level. And I guess the negative thoughts want to come up and tell him these things, but they're not true. I'm seeing for some of you, he looks at your pictures or videos of you together, um, and he kind of reminisces, like when he's not with you. I'm seeing for some of you, he listens to music or things like that and just thinks about you, thinks about what the future could be. So I feel like pulling a few more cards. Anything else about how he feels in my pile one's absence? We have the Justice card. So there's this feeling of even when these thoughts and worries come up, he knows you're completely honest with him. He knows that you have honest intentions towards him and you wouldn't lie to him. And there's this feeling of I can relax into this because I know this person's character is honest, even when thoughts come up that make me feel stuck. And then we have the Ten of Emotions, which is the Ten of Cups. So, you know, we see these people dancing here. We see them being so happy. And the Ten of Cups is like this kind of feeling of like an overwhelming feeling of like so much love. So I feel this is for the people like when he goes home, how he feels. Like he's just jumping for joy, like he's excited. And I feel like he can see himself having a long-term relationship with you. Because the Ten of Cups also talks about long-term relationships. So he can see it going towards that. We have the Two of Emotions, which is the Two of Cups. We have the Eight of Inspiration, which is the Eight of Wands. For some of you, I feel like this person has friends or people around him that make him doubt sometimes. Like, I don't know if you've ever told a friend about your partner or about your crush, and because they've been hurt or because they have gone through things and they're like, oh, don't do that, you know, you're gonna get hurt, blah, 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 and they're just projecting their own nonsense. I feel for some of you, this person has friends like that or people around him like that that kind of project their nonsense onto him, and that may be some cause for these thoughts. But I feel he's trying to not listen to them. He feels like this can move forward. Like, this is right above the move forward card. He feels like he can go towards you, towards this connection, slowly but surely with the snails. Maybe the slowly but surely is like because he doesn't want to take it too quickly, that what if it doesn't work out and he gains too much feelings? But I feel like since this Two of Cups card is here, they're under the water and they're about to kiss. I feel like this feeling of he's already in his feelings for you. So taking it slow maybe is like something to soothe his anxiety. I don't know. One more card, please, for anything else we see here of how he feels when he's not around, my pile ones. We have the Hanged Muse. This feeling of waiting to see you again, waiting to ask you out on a date, waiting for your call, waiting to see you post on social media. That is the feeling I get with the Hanged Muse, this feeling of waiting for you, patiently waiting, maybe even seeing if you're online, seeing if you are posting anything. That's the feeling I get. It's like he wants to talk to you, but he's also fearful of it when he's not around you. And for those of you that are in separation, I think he's kind of secretly hoping that you would reach out first, waiting for you. And I think he watches you, like if you have WhatsApp or anything, he watches to see if you're online, if you ever type to him or anything like that. That is the feeling I get for you, my pal number one. So this was your reading of how he feels in your absence. I feel for most of you, the messages were pretty straightforward. It was just him feeling a lot of excitement, but also anxiety. And I feel for most of you, it's not a separation, but for some of you it is. But yeah, this is what I see in your reading, my pal ones. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this rose quartz crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how he feels in your absence, okay? This can be for a crush, situationship, relationship, and it can also be for separation, any person on your mind. And just keep them on your mind as the messages come through, but also take the messages as they resonate as per your situation. So you chose the card Pleasure. Okay, so what I feel from most of you is this person feels like you shine so brightly. And I'm seeing the number 55, that could be significant for some of you, and 22. As well as the number 11 here, some of you could be seeing 1111 a lot. But there's this feeling of him feeling like you really shine, like you really stand out in some type of way when he's not around you. And I feel for this message I'm picking up on, this is people that see this man, this person, and it's like you go home, he goes home. I'm feeling this energy. So he feels like he has a lot of pleasure when he's around you. He just feels like similar to pile one, where he feels a lot of excitement around you. He feels like he can have fun around you, and I don't know, to me it just feels like he feels things flow with you. It's not just a sense of this feeling of romance, but also this feeling of like, I have fun with you. I can have a friendship with you, but also a romance with you. And I feel here he really desires you when he goes home. For those of you that see him and then he goes home, he really desires you. Whereas for some of you, I'm hearing it's long distance and it's like he desires you a lot and he can't have you in that moment. Okay, and for others of you, I'm feeling this energy where if it's in a separation, I feel he just felt a lot of pleasure being around you when he was around you, but there's this sense of him maybe not being so open about how he feels, kind of like keeping it to himself, especially because he's very physically attracted to you, my pal twos, but I think he doesn't want to overwhelm you with his physical attraction, and like when he's not with you, he really just craves you in that sense. When I started your reading, I felt kind of out of breath, like I was in a rush and I had to go somewhere. I don't really have to go anywhere, but I felt like out of breath, like I just ran somewhere, or I just I need to go somewhere, if that makes sense. So maybe for some of you, when you're not around, he just feels like he has to see you, or maybe he just gets really busy, but he kind of thinks of you as he goes along. Like, I'm seeing an image of someone be busy with something and you message him or something like that, and he sees your message and he's busy, he's in a rush, but then he tries to reply to your message quickly so you don't think he's ignoring you. So that's something I see here. And I'm seeing this energy where he just finds you a lot of fun to be around. He feels like he can be himself. He feels like you're very sweet. And when he's not with you, it's like he misses your sweetness. It's like this feeling of, I can't wait to see this person. I crave this person. I need to see them right now. And the sense of like feeling lonely without you. Because it's like, if he went home, right? It's like he had so much fun with you. You're so sweet. You're such a pleasure, such a joy to him. And there's so much love here, or at least liking or crushing feeling, that he feels like he wants to see you again right after. It's like, I need to see you, I crave you kind of feeling. And he feels very lonely without you. And for others of you where this is a separation, it's like he wants to see you right now. And for others of you, I'm hearing long distance, he wants to see you right now, but like he's feeling very lonely without you and he misses your presence when he's not around you, when you're absent from his life. If it's a separation or long distance, it's like he wants to see you right now, but something is holding him back, either distance or something else. I feel for some of you, this person is not very outspoken about how they feel, because it's like they've been through extremes in love, and I think they're scared to get burned, I'm hearing, because you are such a bright soul to this person that sometimes they're scared to fall too much, to fall too deeply and then get burned. But it's like they're also trying to be courageous enough to move towards this. So this is what I feel here right off the bat. I feel like pulling some oracle cards for you. So how does he feel when pile twos are not around? We have gratitude. I don't mean this as like he's grateful you're not around. We'll see. We have memories. So I see this as like he's grateful for the memories you've shared. He's grateful for the time spent together. So don't get me wrong, it's not gratitude for you not being around. It's gratitude for this feeling of like the memories you've shared. Because in some way I think he's kind of discerning, but he's also opening up to this a little bit more and kind of going with the flow. But I feel for some of you, he's quite mysterious with the way he feels. Maybe he's mysterious in his communication as well. But he also feels like you're very dreamy in some way. And your encounters together are always so magical and always so much fun. It feels like there's a spark between you two. And the feeling I get is he can't wait to see you again when he's not with you. Like if he goes home, it's like this feeling of I can't wait to see them again. And for others of you, if this is like a separation or long distance, it's like when he's not around you, he's grateful for the memories and he goes back to those memories. And they sort of make him feel less alone. But he also often wonders what you're up to, how you're feeling, what you're doing. That's something I see here, and I feel like he feels like he can trust you a little bit more, because you not only have like a liking towards each other or a love towards each other, depending on your situation, but you also have a friendship, and he feels quite like you bring a lot of joy into his life, and he also feels like you're quite truthful. So there's something here about him feeling grateful for the memories you've shared and trying to replay these memories in his head because they bring him comfort, if that makes sense. Okay, and I just feel like whenever you're not with him, it's like he's waiting to see you again. He's waiting to talk to you again. But I'm feeling a pain in my throat chakra, so I feel like he has problems with speaking out about how he feels. I'm not sure why, but I'm feeling it. So maybe he feels like he wants to see you, but he doesn't tell you this, or he's maybe scared to tell you. I don't know. So if you've made it this far to the reading and if you've forgotten to subscribe, can you please do me a favor? If you enjoy my readings and my content, can you please hit the subscribe button, as it helps my channel grow and find new audiences. And I'm so grateful for you being here. Thank you for just your presence here and your love, all your support, and I'm sending you as much love as possible. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the reading. So I'm seeing a moon, like in my mind's eye, and I think he often thinks of you as he's about to go to sleep. And I'm seeing as he's like brushing his teeth at night or in the mornings, it's like he thinks of you often. He wonders what you're up to. And I'm seeing like a telephone, so he wants to call you or he wants to message you. And I see him scrolling through his phone. And this crab is really sticking out to me. So the crab is the energy of the fourth house of Cancer, of the home. So I feel he feels safe around you, but maybe he even feels like, since this is a reading on how he feels like when he's not around you, maybe he feels like he wishes he could live with you, that he could see you all the time. For some of you that aren't living with the person, whereas for those of you that live with the person, it's like he's grateful that you live together because you get to make really fun memories together. And for those of you where it's not a situation like that and you don't resonate with that energy, I feel here he maybe just feels really safe with you. He feels like this can go somewhere long term, because the fourth house is about long term things like the home, that Cancer energy, okay, family, things like that. So that's something I see here. Or maybe he's at home a lot thinking of you. I don't know. I'm hearing that song, I've been thinking about you. I think it's Frank Ocean, something like that. So how does he feel when he is not around my pile twos? We have Medicine Woman with "You are a channel for divine healing power." How does he feel in my pile two's absence? We have Mother Mary with "Expect a Miracle," and we see a baby here. Wasn't I talking about Cancer energies? Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So for those of you that are in a separation with this person, maybe you can expect a miracle here where he does actually reach out and call you. If you've intuitively been feeling that, then you may even go outside and bump into him in some way. That's something I see. Whereas for others of you, if it's not a separation, expecting a miracle may be having to do with the long-term connection, or whatever the miracle can be. Like, trust your intuition with what you feel it could be. But since we have the Cancer with the crab here and a baby here, I feel like maybe he feels your marriage material, or he could have a long-term connection with you and have a family with you one day. And maybe that's something he thinks about when you're not around. Or maybe he's hoping for a miracle, hoping that you call, hoping that you see each other soon. Okay. I feel with Medicine Woman here, there's something about him being in his feelings when he's not with you. And it's almost like he's just feeling a lot because he's really craving your presence. You know how I said he feels lonely when he's not around you? That's the feeling I get here, like this feeling of missing you, intense missing you. Let me pull some more cards. How does he feel in my pile two's absence? We have the Page of Swords. What I get from this image, we see a little kid here in the Page of Swords. You know when a kid tries to talk to you or tries to come up to you and ring your bell and then they run away and then they're like, ha 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 ha. Like, I feel like this man here we're channeling is almost like that. Like, he's scared to talk about how he feels. He's scared to talk about and tell you, he misses you. He's scared to tell you he's thinking about you, and I think he's scared of getting heartbroken. So he often just thinks of you but doesn't tell you he is, or he often wants to talk to you but maybe doesn't do it, maybe feels a little bit shy. You get what I mean? And there's something about him seeing this connection move forward, seeing this connection be successful in some way. Um, and I think he just really wants to communicate with you when he's not around you. I'm hearing intense longing. So how does he feel when he's not with my pile? Ooh, we have the Two of Cups. So it's like this feeling of I want to ask them out on a date. I want to, be with them again, see them. I want to look into their eyes and just have this romantic feeling again. For some of you, this person's been cheated on in the past or has seen someone get cheated on and they're scared of that. They're scared of being heartbroken. And then we have the Two of Coins. I'm not going to include it since it's an extra card. But what I feel from this image is he misses your smile. He misses your presence because you bring in so much fun. Like this Two of Pentacles, they're doing jump rope. That's a fun Two of Pentacles. You know what I mean? So it's like he misses that because it brings balance into his life, if that makes sense. It's not like he's codependent over you. It's almost like this feeling of she or they bring so much happiness in my life. It feels normal to me. And when that happiness is not there, I feel a little bit imbalanced. I feel a little bit worried and scared. Like, what if this doesn't work out? But I think he's also aware that he's not so brave with communicating his feelings. And I think sometimes he worries that you'd want better. So that's something he worries about, like when he's not with you, when you're not around. And for those of you that are in separation, I feel this energy where he's maybe expecting a miracle, that you would ask him out on a date or that you would call him. For those that are in separation with the tarot cards here, and it sometimes looks like images to me. Sometimes he goes through his phone and looks through pictures of you while he's missing you, or looks through pictures of you together, or looks through his memories. And he just feels like he longs for you, this intense longing. Or maybe the miracle is gaining courage to tell you how he feels, to ask you out on a date again, to communicate with you, to tell you how he feels. With the praying hands here, I feel like he's prayed for a person like you. But getting back to the tarot cards, I feel like for those of you that are in separation with the person, I feel he sometimes reads cards and tries to, or gets a reading from someone. If you resonate with this, if he would do that, I feel he sometimes get readings from someone to see like if this is worth pursuing. I'm hearing, is this worth the wait? I don't know what is going on in this connection that is like doing this, like if it is a separation. But for some of you, I heard distance. So I'm hearing that song Lost Without You. And now as I say that, I hear ringing in my left ear. So this person, he feels lost without you when he's not around you. It's like he intensely longs for you and misses you. And I also heard the song Rare by Selena Gomez. So he feels like you are a rare gem, a rare find. And maybe he knows that you're a rare person to come across. someone like you. I'm hearing in your shadow, but it's not like the type of feeling of, you know what I feel in your shadow means? I feel like it means this type of feeling of, like, I'm seeing someone want to do something, but like that negative version of themselves, or anxious part of themselves, or part of themselves that tells them they're not worthy of it. I don't know what part of themselves it is. It's like, no, don't do that. Like, if that makes sense. I don't know if it would be fear, but let's see what else shows up. So, how does he feel when he's not around my pile twos? We have the Four of Voices, which is the Four of Swords. So he tries to relax and think about other things throughout his day. How does he feel in pile two's absence? We have the Ten of Voices, which is the Ten of Swords. But he really feels like I said, lost without you. He really feels like this feeling of, I need her or them by my side, like right now. But then I'm trying to like get this feeling of him where he's like trying to relax, trying to think about something else, do something else. Some of you walked away from the connection, and it's like he intensely longs for you and misses you. We have the Nine of Inspiration, which is the Nine of Wands, talking about challenges. We have the Sun card. We have the Emperor. For some of you, this man is a father. Take it as it resonates, not all of you. One of you commented challenges in like parenting. One of you, I feel like one of you are from this pile. What is the challenge here? I'm really confused. We have the Eight of Inspiration, which is the Eight of Wands. We have the Ten of Inspiration, which is the Ten of Wands. So maybe the challenge here is, like, for example, I could read this as like wanting to move forward with you, but being really busy, because I got that feeling of being like out of breath. You know what I mean? So like, let's say he's really busy throughout his day, and maybe he only gets time to talk to you when he's relaxing. And it's like he's just really stressed out, and he's having a challenging time building something with you because of how busy he is. Or maybe has a lot of responsibilities, like for some of you that are where he's a parent. If he's a dad, then maybe he dedicates a lot of time to his child, that it's like there's a challenge here where he can't pour into you as much. Or for others of you, I feel like maybe this is his work. He has a lot of responsibilities in his work or his family. I'm hearing for some of you, like maybe he takes care of his family financially, or actually takes care of them. But regardless of what the challenge is, the Ten of Wands talks about feeling like we're like having to give to different aspects of our life. And it's like we only have enough energy, time, resources to give to these different aspects of our life. And maybe one aspect of our life takes a lot of our time, our energy, our resources. And it's like there's a challenge of moving forward here. Or maybe this could be like this feeling of, I'm trying to understand this energy and really understand it and get it. I feel for some of you, he's fatigued a lot of the time. And that's the challenge. And I'm feeling the throat chakra thing. So for some of you, I guess he doesn't really know how to express his feelings. And that is the challenge here. And especially for those of you that are in separation with this person, or it's long distance, like if he's really busy, sometimes he wants to, express his feelings for you. But I think sometimes he doesn't know what the right words to use are, if that makes sense. Whereas for others of you where it's not separation or distance, I feel the challenge is like speaking and telling you how he feels, or just going for it and asking you out on a date. It's like maybe there's this fear behind it, or I don't know what it is, but it's like he wants to build something deep with you. But I think his mind is too analytical to his disadvantage. Like his mind is over analyzing things too much. You get what I mean? And the feeling I get here is he feels a lot of happiness when he's in your presence, but when he's not around you, he feels kind of lost and feels kind of empty. Feels like he just intensely longs for you and longs for that feeling of being with you again. And I'm feeling like for some of you, he has some insecurities. Like that's the challenge here where he has insecurities like, what if she or they leave me? Things like that. And I think for him, he wants to build a stable kind of relationship. With the Emperor card, it talks about this kind of feeling of stability and someone that pays attention to details. Like maybe he wants to be there for you, like pay attention to details, take you out on dates, really put himself out there towards you, but maybe his insecurities hold him back in a way. But in terms of how he feels when he's not with you, like I said, just feeling like down, feeling like missing you, feeling lonely, wondering about you. I kind of want to pull a few more cards, see what else shows up. How does he feel when he's not with my pile twos, when pile twos are not around? We have the Eight of Emotions, which is the Eight of Cups. We have the Queen of Inspiration, which is the Queen of Wands. I feel like he's scared that you are so gorgeous and magnetic, regardless of your gender. With the Queen of Wands energy is like this magnetism, the sexual magnetism. You know, he may notice a lot of people stare at you when you're out because, like I said, you shine a lot. You shine brightly. And I think he's scared that you feel that you deserve better and walk away, if that makes sense. We have the Queen of Swords. Or maybe he's scared you're talking to other people. Or maybe he's scared that you say that you deserve better and that you leave and walk away. But in terms of how he feels when you're not around, I think there's a lot of fear and anxiety, missing you, loneliness, wanting to talk to you, wanting to ask you out on a date, but it's like something holds him back here. And I think for him, it's just about the strength and courage. But then he also feels like you're so beautiful, so gorgeous, so magnetic or handsome, regardless. Take it how you want, but I see him viewing your photos a lot and missing you, missing your voice as well. So I think this is all I have for you, my pal twos. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pal number threes. If you chose this golden cat's eye crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how he feels in your absence. So this can be for a crush, situationship, relationship, separation reading, whatever is on your mind. Just take it as it resonates as per your situation. So you chose the card giving and receiving. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I see here. So I feel he feels right off the bat about the connection. He feels like you give him a lot of reciprocal love. And I'm feeling a hand on my back. Maybe his spirit guides are here. I don't know. But he feels like, oh, ancestors. Sorry, ancestors. They're making my back tingle almost. I feel he feels you give him a reciprocal love because we see these Libra scales here. And there's something about you being very strong, like emotionally strong. And that's something he admires within you. But I also see you given this type of reciprocal love that maybe he feels he hasn't received before, because I feel you have a heart of gold, my pal number threes, and I think that's something he really admires and appreciates within you. I think when he's not with you, he longs to be in your presence, where it's like he wants to give and receive love from you. And there's this feeling of, I want to spoil you. I want to do little things for you. I want to send you a good morning text. I want to make coffee for you in the mornings. I want to do this for you. I want to take you out on dates. I want to do all these things for you. And I've longed for a reciprocal connection. And it's like, maybe you do the same things for him. Like you're really loving and you're really giving. And I think he really misses that when he's not around you. Like he misses that feeling of like, I want to give to you and spoil you, but you give to me and spoil me too, if that makes sense with your love. I'm feeling like he even wants to buy you flowers, like he thinks of that for some of you. I'm also smelling delicious food. Some of you like to eat together and like go out on dates and eat. Like some of you are foodies, and I think he misses that when he's not around you. And I'm seeing when he's not around you, your connection is very empathetic, where you sometimes feel each other's emotions. But I'm also seeing that he kind of just intuitively feels really drawn to you. And like sometimes he'll start feeling your feelings. But I don't know if he's spiritual to know that he's feeling your feelings. So that is something I see here when he's not around you. Sometimes he feels your energies and he feels when you're thinking of him, because you have a very strong soul connection where it's like you mirror a lot to each other in your feelings and things like that. I'm also seeing this energy when he's not around you. It's like he's trying to slow down, he's trying to relax, maybe take care of himself, do the things he needs to, and then he starts thinking of you, and then he wants to speak to you. Like for example, let's say he's just had a long day at work or school or college, and it's like now he wants to sit down and relax. But then his mind just wanders off to you and how you're doing and wanting to message you. But then also like for example, I see someone in a bath and like they're busy relaxing, they've had a long day, and now their mind just wanders off to you and wonders how your day was, how you're doing, that kind of feeling. I think he feels very relaxed. Like most of the time, his energy is very grounded and very relaxed. But at the same time, there's this feeling of an urge to want to message you. And I'm feeling like this kind of feeling for some of you, like, or speak to you or call you. This feeling like, okay, something just happened right now. I feel like telling this person, um, you know, this just happened to me and it was so cool. I feel like telling them, like, I feel like that energy, like sometimes he feels like that towards you. But then I'm also feeling like sometimes he really misses you and he really feels sad when you're not around, because it's like he misses being around you. And I think he really finds your energy to be nurturing. He finds your love to be really nurturing. And I think that's something he really appreciates. And the fact that you are so loyal and trustworthy, it's like that's something he really appreciates as well. But I'm also feeling this feeling like he just gets a lot of joy when he is in your presence, that when you're not around him, it's like this feeling of, I miss them. I miss my companion. I miss them. Like, I want to tell them about my day, things that made me excited, but they're not here, and like, I miss them. That type of feeling. So that's something I see here. I also feel like he feels really blessed to have you in his life, and he feels like he can walk some kind of path with you. But for some of you, I'm seeing this as a very unique connection. Like it's not a normal connection. And what I mean by that is, like, for some of you, for example, let's say it's a long distance connection and you're not with each other all the time. Or let's say for some of you, maybe you live together, but like maybe they work overseas and then they come back home every few months. Or maybe for some of you, it's like this feeling of maybe both of you don't want children and you both want pets together. Or let's say this feeling of like, I'm trying to think of another example, age gaps. It's a type of feeling of your connection is very unique, but it serves a purpose, and that's something I see here. So I'm going to pull some more oracle cards and see what else shows up. So how does he feel when he's not around my pile number 3s? How does he feel in my pile 3's absence? We have awareness. I wonder what he's aware of. Let me just close my eyes for a minute. I'm seeing like a purse or a handbag. I don't know what that means. I'm seeing a necklace with like a heart. I'm seeing a crocodile. And I'm seeing delicious food again. Maybe he wants to take you out on a dinner date. And like he's aware he needs to message you. He's aware he needs to call you. I don't know. I'm seeing a door. And sometimes crocodiles represent our shadow self. We'll see what that means in a moment. I'll just keep it in mind. But always trust your intuition when messages come through. If it doesn't resonate with you, then also don't take it. Okay, so Spirit Guides of Pile 3. How does he feel in my Pile 3's absence? We have feelings. So there's this feeling of like him feeling things really deeply for you when you're not around. And we have another card that wants to come out, waiting. It's like this feeling of I'm aware maybe you're thinking of me. Oh, yes, intuition. I'm aware you're thinking of me. I'm aware you're missing me, but I miss you too. Like that type of feeling. Because I like how I said it was an intuitive connection, empathetic connection. There's something here about maybe sometimes he's a little bit mysterious and he doesn't always tell you how he feels, but he feels things on a very deep level for you when you're not around. And I feel like you bring a lot of positive joy into his life, and it's like he intuitively feels really drawn to you when you're not around. And there's just this feeling of like, I'm aware you're thinking of me. I'm aware you're missing me. And I am too, if that makes sense. I feel like you really have a heart of gold, and that's something he really appreciates in you. And I feel some of you also have a friendship with this person, not just love. And there's also this type of energy for some of you where it's like an innocent connection. It's not like overly sexual or overly this. It feels innocent and playful and carefree, like almost like, you know, two children holding hands. It feels almost like that, if that makes sense. And I feel when he's not around you, it's like he's waiting to see you again. He's trying to think about when can I see her or them, and do they know how I feel? Like that type of feeling. I feel like this is the type of man that isn't so vocal about his feelings, but he shows his feelings through his actions. And that's something I see here. But when he's not around you, he just feels an intense feeling of like missing you, missing your touch, missing, I'm hearing for some of you, your taste. the taste of your lips. I don't know. Um, for some of you, your scent, like he misses your scent when you're not around. And I feel like he's also wondering about your feelings, like if you feel that way too, if you miss him too. So how does he feel when he's not, when pile threes are not around? How does he feel when we have leap of faith, take a risk, and put your heart's true desire into action? So maybe he's aware he needs to take some type of leap of faith towards you, some type of risk in love, if that makes sense, and give to you, spoil you with his love. Maybe the leap of faith is like calling you, asking you out on a date, telling you he misses you, things like that. Because I feel, like I said, he's not so vocal about how he feels, but he's also not trying to rush things with you or force things to happen. But it's like he's aware he needs to take some kind of leap towards you. So how does he feel when he's not in my pile three's presence? We have guiding children. You are good at helping children, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. So sometimes he feels like he could have a partnership with you, like a long-term partnership with you where, you know, you could even have children together. I'm feeling a tingling in my head. I don't know if that's me intuitively connecting to how he sometimes feels like when he intuitively connects to you. It's like he wants to take some kind of bold move towards you, but he's also trying to not rush things. I feel like he feels like he has a lot of peace with you. He feels like he can grow with you. And he feels like you just bring a lot of this peace in his life that he really believes in this connection, if that makes sense. But I think he's also trying to maintain his independence within the connection at the same time, regardless of what this connection is. If it's a romantic situation, situationship, crush, it's like he wants to take some kind of bold leap of faith towards you, and he's aware he needs to even tell you how he feels, but that's something I see here. So I guess when he's alone and he's not with you, he thinks of how maybe you'd be a good mother or a good parent, or good father, depending on who you are watching this. So for my pile threes, how does he feel in my pile threes absence? How does he feel? We have the Two of Coins, which is the Two of Pentacles. I think he's trying to maintain his emotional balance when he's not around you. Trying to kind of like I said, maintain his independence. But at the same time, he has a lot of deep feelings for you, so it's like this two sides of the coin kind of feeling, if that makes sense. We have the Judgment card, and look at this. You know, she's in the bath here. This angel just brought her a cocktail, brought her shopping bags. I feel like this person really wants to spoil you when you're not around. I feel like this would be the type of person that would do things like this for you, like sweet things like this, like run her bath water, pour you a drink, cook for you, take you out on dates. Like, I feel like he's the type of person that puts in a lot of effort, or at least wants to. Feels like he wants to. But I also feel like he just misses you and he's waiting to see you again and kind of trying to stay strong, because we have the Strength card at the back of the deck. But with this line here, I feel like it may also be a thing of needing to find courage to take this leap of faith towards you. But the lion also sometimes represents our ego. So sometimes his ego gets in the way and is like, no, I shouldn't do that. Do you get what I mean? So there's like this inner conflict here where he misses you. He has deep feelings for you, but at the same time, he like wants to maintain his sense of independence. I guess that's something I see. But at the same time, you have this kind of innocent love. There's such a multi-dimensional feeling to your connection because there's so many different sides to this connection. So if you've made it this far into the reading and if you've forgotten to subscribe, can you please do me a favor? If you enjoy my content and my readings, can you please hit the subscribe button, as it helps my channel grow and find new audiences. And I want to thank you for just being here. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm sending you so much love and gratitude from my heart, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the reading. So I don't know why I'm seeing something about evil eye. I just want to make space for the tarot cards. You may have some jealousy towards this connection for some of you. So just make sure you're protecting your energy. I'm hearing prayer if you relate to praying. We have the Star card. We have the Four of Inspiration, which is the Four of Wands. We have the Knight of Inspiration, which is the Knight of Wands. So I feel with this Knight of Wands here, like I said, there's this internal conflict with him where he wants to create some kind of stable foundation here with you with the Four of Wands. But he also feels so much excitement towards you and wants to tell you about how he feels and wants to do this and do this. It's like this internal conflict. Like, should I take it slow? Should I take it fast? Should I take it slow? Should I take it fast? So if you naturally sense this kind of up and down energy, hot and cold energy with him, this is why, because it's like he wants to take it slow and really build a connection with you that is firm and strong. But at the same time, he also feels such an excitement to you when he's not around you, like this feeling of, I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to be with them. I just want to tell them about my day and this and this and that. Like, but at the same time, should I take it slow? Should I do this? Like that type of feeling. So I feel like he feels really deep feelings for you, and he feels like you're someone that really stands out to him in terms of love. Like you're someone that really stands out in terms of creating a long-term connection to him. It seems like he's compared you to past situations in his life, and he's found you to be, I wouldn't say better than his past situations, but I'd say more aligned to his heart. Like he sees this connection going somewhere. And that's why I say there's this internal conflict of like, I want to tell them how I feel. I want to tell them about my day and how excited I am about this and this and this. And I want to see them again, even though I just saw them yesterday, and like that type of feeling, but wanting to take it slow at the same time. We have the Page of Emotions, which is the Page of Cups. So his heart is really drawn to you, but it's not even in this overly sexual way. Like I said, there's this childlike innocence to this connection and this excitement here, and like this feeling of my heart is drawn to you. But at the same time, it's like there is physical attraction and there is a sexual attraction, but I think it's more so like this kind of love feeling, or this feeling of taking a liking towards you. Maybe it is there, but I think he wants to not make you feel like he wants just that. So we have the Six of Materials here, which is the Six of Pentacles, symbolizing generosity. So we keep seeing an energy where he wants to spoil you, wants to take you out on a date, wants to spoil you with his love, wants to build something with you, really strong, firm, and stable. But But then also I feel heartbreak on his side. I don't know why I'm feeling heartbreak. Why am I feeling heartbreak, Spirit? Now I'm feeling like these chills, goosebumps. It's like he sort of wants to do these things, but then he sometimes locks away his heart out of fear of it getting stepped on or like hurt in some way. But that's not in your character, and I think he's aware of that. But there's this feeling of like when he's not around you, there's this feeling of he just always wants to message you, always wants to think about you. It's like this type of feeling of I'm doing things I'm supposed to do. I'm doing things like cleaning my home, doing things like I'm supposed to do, doing things at work. And then my mind keeps going back to this person and I can't get them off my mind. But also this feeling of I want to see them, like I want to see them physically. That is how he feels when he's not around you. But then he's also worried that things fall apart. And I think he sometimes overanalyzes things because of the past. And that can sometimes get in his way. So how does he feel when he's not around my pile threes? I feel for most of you, you're with this person and it's not a separation or anything like that. But take it as it resonates. So for my pile threes, how does he feel when he's not around my pile threes? We have the Knight of Materials, which is a Knight of Pentacles. It's like he wants to come towards you with this consistency rather than coming towards you with all this passion, all this excitement. And, you know, sometimes passion and excitement can burn out. So I think he really wants to do it in the sake of this connection where he really does it in a slow and consistent way where the love is balanced, where it's not like too much at once, if that makes sense. Because a candle can burn out, whereas when you plant a flower, it lasts for a very long time. So earth energy is long-lasting energy, and I think this is the internal conflict he has. We also have the Nine of Emotions, which is the Nine of Cups, and we see the genie lamp here. So it's like you have everything he's wished for in love. And I feel when he's not with you, it's not the sense of missing you too much, but it's a sense of excitement, but also like you're exactly what he wants. The best way I can describe this feeling is I see something I want to buy. I know you're not an item to buy, but Spirit is showing me as an example so that you can understand this energy. I see an item I want to buy, but maybe I don't have enough money for it yet. So maybe it's like he wants you, but like he's not at that space yet where, you know, you can be together and have a connection together. Maybe you need to get to know each other better more. Maybe you need to really be in the connection more long term before I can get to that level where you're like moving in together and doing this and that, and you know what I mean. But like this type of feeling of he's gonna get the money, but he's hoping the thing he really wants doesn't get sold. Do you get what I mean? It's like that type of feeling, like I want you, but maybe I don't have the resources right now to have you like fully. So for example, let's say he wants to move in with you, but maybe he doesn't have money right now and he's like scared that he misses his opportunity to do that. Or let's say he wants to be in a relationship with you, but maybe it's like a long distance situationship right now where like maybe he sees it's not going to work out long term, and like what if he's scared like you leave eventually, or this type of feeling of I don't know exactly what this is, but it's like he wants you, you're everything he's wished for, but something is making him go slower with you. But then at the same time, he feels excited. So I'm not feeling so much of like missing you. I'm feeling more so this excitement and this internal conflict. So anything else, Spirit? We have the Ten of Materials, which is the Ten of Pentacles. So I guess he sees a long-term connection with you. We have the Queen of Materials, which is the Queen of Pentacles. He feels like you're a really down-to-earth person and he just wants to spoil you with his love. And he feels like you're the best person to create a connection with. And we have the Ten of Emotions, which is the Ten of Cups, which is like this excess feeling of happiness with you. Like, I feel like I can do this long term, because if we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, it symbolizes long-term connection, long-term commitment. I think this person, when he's not around you, he thinks about the future and what you could build together, and if he holds on to you, where this could lead, and the love you could experience and share together. And he kind of just feels this excitement for the future and what could be, and this feeling of like, I want them. I can see this going somewhere long term, and my heart is excited, like that type of feeling. So this is what I see in your reading, my pile number 3s, of how he feels in your absence. So I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!